There is a very powerful secret which is being kept hidden from the eyes of the whole human race. This secret had helped and guided the most influential personalities from the distant antiquity to the present time. But the sad truth is, it is in possession of a select few. The whole secret is still a mystery, and obtaining it in entirety can immediately transform the life of a person, and that person can even be you. But for now, let's look at it from the surface level, and gradually we will dive deeper. That is why stay connected with the channel. The first historical figure who is known to have spread this knowledge is known as Hermes. He is more popularly known as Hermes Trismegistus, whose knowledge and status was placed equally among those of the gods in distant antiquity. This he achieved through the right application of that secret knowledge. Now, from the surface, we can say that the secret knowledge looks quite similar to the first principle of Hermetic philosophy, which is known as the law of mentalism. This principle asserts that the universe is essentially mental or spiritual in nature, and that the underlying substance of reality is mind or consciousness. To use this powerful principle successfully in your life, you have to know that there is an ultimate almighty mind or consciousness that pervades the entirety of existence. Everything in the universe, from the smallest particles to the grandest galaxies, is a product of this universal mind. Reality is shaped and governed by mental laws and principles rather than purely physical ones. The external world is a reflection of the inner workings of this universal mind. This means that our thoughts, beliefs, and intentions have a profound influence on our experiences and the events that occur in our lives. That means we are co-creators of our reality through the power of our minds. So, the first step in transforming your reality drastically is to recognize the power of your own mind in shaping experiences and understanding of reality. Then, miracles begin to happen. However, the power of this principle is accepted not only by the seers of distant antiquity, but by the modern scientists also. Yes, you heard that right. What you are about to learn is based on advanced scientific studies and will operate flawlessly like any other principle or law discovered by science. The secret you are about to learn is backed by quantum mechanics, which is a branch of physics that describes the behavior of particles at the smallest scales. It involves concepts like wave-particle duality, quantized energy levels, uncertainty, superposition, and entanglement, revolutionizing our understanding of nature. But one thing which separates quantum mechanics from the other branches of physics is a phenomenon called the observer effect. In simple terms, when a scientist makes an observation of an experiment in quantum physics, the results are not always the same, and surprisingly, often contrary. The expectations of the observer directly influences the results of an experiment, or we can say that the fundamental particles of reality rearrange themselves in accord with the thoughts and expectations of the observer. This is such a powerful truth about the universe which can completely transform the life of a person if used in a proper way. The truth is that everyone is using it, whether consciously or unconsciously. One person sees and expects riches in his mind and becomes rich in reality, while another lives a life of fear and poverty by entertaining thoughts and images of those vile nature. This is the one principle you have to understand in order to get what you want from life. You are the creator of your destiny, and it is time to create something noble, rich, and beautiful. The ancient Egyptians had understood this powerful principle and devised many complex techniques to train the mind in achieving a transformation in the physical world by the power of thought. They termed this miracle as magic, and it was not an illusion created by misdirection or the sleight of hand, but real manifestation happening in the real world. They had rightly understood the power of this divine knowledge, and it has been kept hidden in the tomb of Hermes, as well as in the pyramids. In the practice of sacred magic, the magician uses his thought force to alter reality itself. Practicing magic was not accessible to everyone in ancient Egypt. It was often the domain of priests, magicians, and scribes who possessed the knowledge of sacred texts, rituals, and incantations. Mastery of magic was seen as a source of power and authority. Through its correct application, the ancient Egyptians could manipulate the forces of the cosmos to work for them. But sadly, those ancient texts containing those powerful knowledge are lost forever or hidden from mankind. Modern science is relatively young compared to the quests of the human race in distant antiquity. They had discovered laws and wisdom which seems incredible today. By going through the records of ancient history, we can clearly see that our ancestors were more interested on the inside than on the outside. They had made extensive studies on the workings of the human mind and its power to influence nature and reality. The powerful spiritual laws you are about to learn are the results of thousands of years of extensive studies and investigations into the workings of the universe and its connection with the human mind. These truths are now being verified by the experiments conducted in recent times. Therefore, it creates an unshakable foundation for the practice of those sacred spiritual laws and thus returning to the state of godhood in the future.